Hey guys, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be using this Mario Badescu. I can't ever pronounce it right, but it's just a facial spray with aloe cucumber and green tea. It feels amazing. So next I'm going to be using this Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer. It's seriously my favorite primer besides the Baby Skin from Maybelline. So here I'm going to use the Bella Pierre Cosmetics. Again, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's just a concealer palette. It's for correcting those tones that are different. I'm basically just going to use the orange here and put it under my eyes because that's where I have a lot of darkness. And I'm also going to put it in the corners of my nose there. So for a foundation, I'm going to use one of my favorite foundations, and this is the Milani. I'm just going to go ahead and set some setting spray onto my brush so I can make it look a little bit more dewy. I guess that's the word I'm trying to find or you use, but you'll see what I mean. So for my eyebrows, I'm going to be using Cabral. It's from Benefit, and I don't know what it is about this little tiny brush, but I am obsessed with it. I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills brushes for the eyebrows, but this one just works wonders. To set the eyebrows, I'm going to use the brow gel, and I actually got this from BoxyCharm's month subscription. So for my eyeshadow primer, I'm actually going to use my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. Besides the Tarte shape, this is one of my go-tos. It just really covers all that redness and darkness. And I will be using my Damped Beauty Sponge to just make sure that there's no creases. And I'll be setting it with my Makeup Revolution setting powder. The brush that I'm going to use is from Real Techniques, and I actually got this brush from TJ Maxx. I know that Ulta and Walmart sell it for a lot more than what I paid at TJ Maxx. So for today's eyeshadow, I'm going to use 3 different palettes. The first one, it's going to be from Jaclyn Hill, Armed and Gorgeous, excuse me. I'm going to pick up this orange color for my transition shade with Morphe M33 brush. And this brush is just going to help me blend that color halfway through the lid. I actually don't want to bring this color all the way through the inner corner. I just want to bring it to halfway of the lid. So now switching brushes, I'm going to switch to the Morphe M433, and I'm going to pick up this green color, like an olive green, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corner of the eye. So in my previous video, I mentioned how these colors in Jaclyn Hill's new collection aren't as pigmented, and you have to really build that color up to your like, and I actually kind of like that. The only issue that I have with this collection is that her colors aren't as easy to blend out, and these Morphe brushes are amazing for that. They're amazing for blending out any color, but I just feel like this collection was a little bit harder to blend out, but I still like it. So now I'm going to switch to this tinier blending brush. It's the Morphe M514. That way I can get in the inner corner a little bit better. Not too much, and it will be messy. Again, these colors are really hard to blend, but we're gonna do a cut crease. So that's okay, that's no problem. So here I'm switching to a little bigger brush, Morphe M218, just to buff everything out and make it come together. Like I said, it's no biggie. And I'm also going to use this darker color, but I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that came with my Modern Renaissance. It's a double-sided brush, and I'm actually using the bigger, fluffier side, to go in with this dark color. And then I'm going to go into this different brush that I got again at TJ Maxx. I don't know like the actual name for the brush. I just know it's from Kala, and it's a crease brush. But I'm going to blend, and I'm going to be going back and forth. So with my Urban Decay double-sided brush, I'm going to use the bigger side to pick up this green color. It's a shimmery color from the Dark Magic palette in the Jaclyn Hill collection. And I'm just going to apply it here in the middle of the eyelid. And I'm going to use some Fix Plus to make that color pop out a little bit more. Now I'm going to go back with that blending brush and just blend everything together. So for the next palette, I'm going to be using the Dose of Colors Desi Katie collection, and I'm going to use the color Harpoon. It's a green shimmer with some gold in it, and I'm just going to apply that into the middle of the eyelid again, just to make that color pop out a little bit more. Using this tiny little brush from Real Techniques and my MAC Pro Concealer, I'm going to try and attempt to do a cut crease. Pray for me, because as you guys know, I'm not a fan of cut creases, but I'm going to give it a shot. It's going to look a little messy and not perfect, but that's okay, because after I'm done cutting the crease, I'm going to use a brush and just try to blend everything in. So now I'm going to go back into the Dark Magic palette, and I'm just going to use a flat brush to put on a white powder on the cut crease just to set everything. Now switching back to the Armed and Gorgeous, I'm going to use this gold shimmer to apply where I did the cut crease, and I'm actually very surprised that I did not need to use Fix Plus on the shimmer color, because as you can tell, it was quite pigmented. So now I'm going to go back in with the Morphe M514 brush, and I'm going to use this olive green in the Armed and Gorgeous palette just to try to blend everything in the middle. Then I'm going to switch back to the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, and I'm going to use that smaller side of the brush and grab that darker color and just, again, try to blend everything in. So you can see one of the eyes is looking a lot better than the other one. The key here is that you don't want that cut crease to look very liney. You want it to look more like an ombre effect. Now I'm going to go back with that Dose of Colors palette, and I'm going to use that Harpoon color again, the olive green shimmer, and apply it in the middle of those two colors and just try to make everything blend out. As you can see, everything's just coming together. So for eyeliner, I'm going to use this NYX Matte Liquid Eyeliner in black, and I'm just going to do a nice thin wing Nothing too crazy. So for lashes, I'm just going to pop these eyelashes on. They're my favorite because they're just very feathery. And I'm just using some tweezers and popping those on. Going back with my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, I'm going to go ahead and use my Damped Beauty Sponge and apply the concealer onto my sponge and then just spread it out and go ahead and highlighting the under eyes. While I'm doing my highlight, I do like to go very near to the eyeshadow just to kind of cut that and make it a lot cleaner. Now I'm going to go back in with my MAC Pro Concealer just a tiny bit just to line that area up a little bit more. So a nice little tip here, before you set your concealer, you want to go in with your Damped Beauty Sponge and just make sure there are no creases. You want to look up as best as you can and then go in with your setting powder and just set that area up. Now my lash, one of my eyelashes is coming off, so you'll have to excuse me. So to contour, I'm going to use the Selena and MAC collaboration, and I'm going to use a small round fluffy brush that I got from Sephora. What I love about this product and really all MAC products is that they apply so easily and smooth to the skin. For mascara, I'm going to be using this double mascara. I don't know the brand, but I got it in one of my BoxyCharms and I've used it in my previous videos. And for my liner, I'm going to be using this on the upper eye just to connect where I put my liner and my eyelash. And for blush, I'm going to be using this orangey red tone. It's from Note, and it's really one of my favorite blushes besides the Tarte. And I'm just going to use a regular blush brush. So for highlighting, I'm going to be using the Champagne from Becca, and I'm going to add it to all my high points. And this is not a highlighting brush, I just made it into one. It's like a tiny little brush there. So for lips, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different options. The first one, we're going to go in with the Stella Red, and I'm just using a lip liner from NYX. Alright, so here is the red, one option that you guys can choose from. Alright, so option 2, we're going to go with a little bit more nude. Again, I'm just using another lip liner from NYX, and I'm going to be using Kylie's Lip Matte. So I love how the nude looks, but I will be adding another Kylie lip gloss to it just to make it pop a little bit more. For this one, I'm going to go a little bit darker, you know, the holidays and all that, end of year, with this kind of like a burgundy color. I'm just using a NYX lip liner and then the Stella. see, that's a pretty color. Now, to end this video, I'm going to go ahead and set all of my face with the Urban Decay and let that dry with my air fan. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.